know that there was this Ex-Gen Expo that was held by the Nigerian Stock Exchange sometime in August to, prepare brokers, the partners and the rest about, when this is going to be launched. And then, you actually projected that it was going to be launched in the third quarter, and then this is the last month in the third quarter of the year. Now there was a test run of, this, how, this trading platform is going to be like with some market dealers, some market makers, and the rest of it. Could you just tell us what was the outcome of that test?
Okay. A change like this requires several testings to be done because we're changing the whole market, and technology requires different parts to be joined up tightly together. It's less about technology, it's more about people, really. We have trained 580 broker-dealers across the country. And part of our plan has always been that before we go live, we're going to have what we call market readiness tests. And what a market readiness test is that every single person who trades in the market will come in, and they will do what they would typically do on a normal trading day. And the exchange will sit back, make sure all the systems are working, make sure the operations is running well, and make sure that the reports come out and all the settlements happen at the end of the day. We plan to do at least 2 of these. We've done 2. The first one actually went pretty well. We had the teething problems come out.
Definitely.
And that's the whole idea of doing this, So we did a second one last week, and that even went better. So we're going to do another one next week, not this week, We're resting everybody, and we'll do another one. And we'll keep going by because quality is important. It's very important that our people who operate in the market actually understand how to use the systems properly.
Okay, so at the, the test, the readiness test, this that you did, what was the expectation of the brokers, as in how did they respond to the scene that was given to them?
The first test actually was excellent in terms of response. We had broker-dealer firms coming into the exchange in droves. So firms came with 3, 4, 5 people, and that was actually a great experience for us. So the second one, we actually restricted it in some way to say only those people who have positions on the floor, booths on the floor, because we only have 220 booths on the floor. So if a firm comes with 5 people, there'll be nowhere for them to sit and all of that. So that was a lot more, if you like, a calmer experience. But remember that we have about 300 broker-dealers who don't have to come into the floor. They trade from their offices. So last week we encouraged them to trade from their offices. A few came, and next week we're going to encourage them more.
That's using this new trading platform?
Using the new trading platform. All using the new trading platform.
Now this is very seriously ICT driven, because you're talking about plenty of technology. Any collaboration with the Ministry of Information, for instance, or software companies to help drive this vision?
Yes. Exchanges run on technology these days. You have exchanges in the world like NASDAQ. We don't even have a floor at all. People just connect using technology. You are right. It's ICT driven, but it's also market driven as well, because you have to have your business that actually is driving the technology and not the other way around, really. And we're very clear about that in the way we've structured our business, so to speak. In terms of the tools and sets of tools we've used, our fundamental approach is to say where we can collaborate with Nigerian firms, we will do that. Because that's very important to develop our economy and to develop our own people. And in fact, if you look at the bulk of the team, I think 98% of the team that are running the project are all Nigerians, as a way, really. But we also have to recognize that most of these technologies cannot be built in Nigeria today. So we've gone around the world and sourced the best technologies. So the trading platform is from NASDAQ. It's a proven platform. It's used across 20 countries in the world. And the technology systems are from other well-known brands as well. But they're all being put together in collaboration with people in the country so that we can run it and support it and grow it based on our own strategy.
Okay, so in more ways than one, you're going to try to encourage, active participation of indigenous players in terms of providing ICT software and the rest of it.
Absolutely. And in fact, we've done that. And I believe we've done that quite extensively. We have a broker-dealer network. It's a very, very fast network. It's very low latency. That means that it runs at microseconds. So that's a second divided by a million, just to give some ideas of the performance we're talking about here. That's all provided by a local indigenous company. We have the order management systems that we're talking about, the smartphone app that the retail end of the market will use to access their shares. All of those are built by Nigerian companies. We have 4 Nigerian companies that have built these apps. They're very good apps. And we also have more in the pipeline. We're working on this. Of course, we encourage everybody to participate. But we also want to make sure that we use this to build the capabilities within the country as well.
We know that there's a lot of fraud, when it comes to electronic transactions. So a lot of people will be wondering how secure these transactions done on this platform will be, and what's the financial implication for investors?
Okay. Security is always a moving target. Yeah, but you don't take it lightly. At the exchange, we view security, in the strongest form. We've taken the precaution within our own trading systems to make sure that our systems comply with the best security standards in the world. So, and we've made some changes in the way our broker-dealers access the market as well. If you ask a broker-dealer in terms of how they access the market today, and now they've been trained to access the market tomorrow, they will actually tell you there's a big change in terms of security. And we're training them on how to actually transition that change. That's one of the biggest pain points our broker-dealers have had, making that change. But we're also supporting our order management systems providers as well. So we're going to be supporting them in terms of carrying out detailed security checks on their systems, so to speak. And any system that connects back to the exchange has to be certified. So we certify them, make sure they pass certain minimum standards before we take them on.
Okay, just hold that thought for me, and we'll just quickly come back to it. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're still going to be looking at latest developments on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, what the management is doing to boost investors' confidence in the market. Well, I've been speaking with the Executive Director of Market Operations and Technology of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Adebajomo. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Business Morning, and I still have here with me the Executive Director of the Market Operations and Technology of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Adebajomo. Thank you so much, Ade, for sticking around.
Thank you.
Well, we know there's so much going on as regards how the market, as management of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, wants to improve how investors view the market, and of course this will invariably boost market operations. Let's talk about another thing that everybody is really particular about, and that's the demutualisation of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. How far has this process gone?
The process is progressing pretty well. As you probably know, the Council of the Exchange has a subcommittee of the Council called the Demutualisation Committee. The committee has been putting together, if you like, the basic framework for demutualisation, and is working with SEC and waiting for SEC to issue the final rules, which it will then use to actually accomplish the mutualization. So it's very much on the agenda, and as we make more progress, we certainly will let the market know.
Well, there have been concerns among stakeholders that this demutualization may expose the NSE to too much foreign encroachment, which may increase the financial risk of the exchange. Do you share this view?
No, I think to the contrary, I think demutualization is a good thing for the NSE. I think it will make the NSE more transparent. Not that it's not transparent. It releases its reports on time.
Yes.
It tries to achieve the same high level of corporate governance it demands from its listed companies as a warily. But demutualization will allow Nigerians, hopefully, to participate more. And you can put in rules and checks and balances to make sure that no single party or bloc, has more than a particular level of stake, so to speak. But I think overall, it will be a good thing for our market. And markets that have demutualized have actually seen the benefits of demutualization.
Okay, but then in recent times, we've actually seen that domestic investment into the market has kind of reduced as against what we have with the foreign investments. What's really causing all of this?
What we've actually seen, we've seen a trend that is actually improving. If you look back 2 years ago when we started, the balance was 80-20, 80 foreign and 20 domestic, so to speak. If you looked, I think the latest data as of the end of August indicates that we now have 52% of local investors versus 48% of foreign investors. And bear in mind the number of transactions, the daily volumes are also increasing, which is actually a good trend. And we hope to continue that trend. We hope to see that trend continue. And we think what will strengthen that trend is as long as we continue with our focus of strong corporate governance, more market transparency, innovation in terms of making people participate more in the market and giving them the transparency that they require, we hope that we will see much more of those trends.
So going forward, we expect to see a better and more vibrant Nigerian stock exchange for investors?
Without a doubt.
Well, thank you so much, Ade, for joining us on the program today to have a profitable trading session because you're actually going back to the market.
Yes, thank you very much.
And enjoy your weekend as well.
Thank you, Eric.
Well,